but you know, if we do a little math real quick, because let's be honest, my math isn't great, so we're going to use a calculator. And the Jackery, you know, you really only get about 85%. So let's say 290 watts times 0.85, that gives you 246.5 watts. We'll divide that by 12.1. That should run it for 20 hours. Now that's with the unit already cooled all the way down. And that's what we'll be doing. I think a lot of the people make the mistake of they want to run these units, they try to run it off of a portable power station, and they run it from not being cooled down, and also their food isn't cold before they throw it in, all this stuff. So the compressor has to work really hard to get the whole unit down to temperature. It has to work really hard to get the food that's in it down to temperature. You know, everything has to get cooled down. That takes a lot of power. So yeah, we're going to make sure this is already cooled down before we put it in the truck. We're going to use it in Kat's truck at first, her new Tacoma. It has an inverter in the back, which is pretty nice, so we can actually run it off of the inverter at first. So we'll be running off alternating current at first, but it will run in my Land Cruisers. It will be running off of 12 volt. So yeah, with the Jackery 300, we should get about 20 hours if everything's already cooled down. And obviously, every time you open it and close it, you're going to be introducing outside air. That could potentially warm it up. Now, it's supposed to only be in the 60s during the day where we're going, and high 30s, low 40s at night. So it may not even pull that much at night. It may pretty much just sit there and do nothing. And then with the Jackery 500, it's 500 watts. We'll multiply that by 85% too. You can do, you know, full draw, but it's not recommended. I don't think the Jackery 500 is actually rated for 500. I think it's about 490 or something around there. But we'll go with 500 for now. So that's 425 watts. We'll divide that by 12.1 as well. So with the Jackery 500, we would get 35 hours of runtime. We'll be running it kind of back and forth off of the truck during the day, more than likely, you know, and off the Jackery at night for sure, because we don't want to drain down the truck battery. And yeah, it's pretty quiet so far. You can kind of hear it humming. That's the compressor you're going to hear. But pretty quiet. For the Jackery, I have a solar panel and stuff as well, so we can charge that during the day. It also charges off of, you can charge it off of, you know, 110, 120, you know, off of 12 volt, so AC, DC, and solar. And so that's what we'll do. We'll charge up the Jackeries during the day, run this off the truck during the day, use the Jackery at night. The 500 we're probably going to use for our electric blankets for the boys. I just stay pretty warm at night, so I just snuggle up into my sleeping bag and you know, wear some sweatpants or whatever, and I'm good. But you know, the boys are still young, so we have an electric blanket for them. Electric blanket pulls about 45 watts per hour, so it will run down at 300 pretty quick. So we're going to run that off the Jackery 500. Let's take a look at the app real quick and see what it's already at. So, I mean, it's reading 46 degrees already. Now, it doesn't have to cool down much in there right now. It's just cooling the, you know, kind of the surfaces and the air in there right now. But, I mean, that's pretty quick. We're at 10:39 in the morning, you know, so this thing's cooling down pretty fast. Now, if that's accurate, who knows? We'll check that out in a little bit. But hey, these things are known to be pretty good. Dometic's a big RV supplier. They do sinks, stoves, fridges, all kinds of cool stuff. Yeah, so pretty awesome. Pretty stoked with this thing. Let's see what it says on the side here. Yeah, saying 45 degrees already. Awesome. It's got nice aluminum handles. I mean, the thing's pretty sturdy, you know. The only thing, you know, I could possibly see changing differently is putting a limit strap on the lid, you know, so it doesn't just like slam backwards, potentially break the hinges. I mean, They're pretty nice hinges. They're looks like aluminum. I'd have to throw a magnet on there, tell you for sure. It only opens from one side, which is fine. Other than that, pretty straightforward. Things gonna be pretty cool. We'll do a test later with the ice cube trays. Show those off, see how fast it produces ice, and that's quite a bit of ice, you know. Those 2 trays in there, it's more than all you need. It says it takes a few hours, so it works for me. And I don't really need too much ice if I got cold drinks anyway. But yeah, so that's the Dometic CFX3 55 IM. Seems like a pretty solid unit. I'll get back to you later on with the ice trays and how quickly this thing cooled. I mean, we've been making this video for 17 minutes and we're already down to 43 degrees. So hey, I'm pretty happy with that. And then, like I said, we'll do a draw test. I'll get my amp clamp so we can actually see what this thing pulls. You know, like I said, they state 1 amp per hour. We'll see. You know, that's a 12 volt. That's what they were saying. So we'll see. The jack rig also let me know. We'll see how quickly it drains that thing. But other than that, I'm super satisfied so far. It's quality construction. You know, I'm sure there's other ones out there, people like Iceco. You know, there's some cheaper ones like Alpencool. All kinds of different stuff. You know, there's a lot of different manufacturers. But Dometic's been around for a long time. I trust them. I've seen a lot of their reviews online. And yeah, we'll go from there. All right. Well, talk to you soon. Give you some results. And bye.